Hello, this is Kimberly. I am back and I have a great special guest today. I have the new admin and promotions coordinator for the Oxford DDA. She will be my new co-host here on the podcast, which I'm so excited about, Jess Dickieson. How are you, Jess?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, welcome. I mean, you're kind of obligated to do this, right? It's
Yep.
part of the job. So we're going to get to learn a little bit about you today, Jess, since you will be our new co-host on the podcast. So why don't you tell us about you and who's Jess?
So I'm Jess Dickieson. I'm originally from Chicago. I grew up in Chicago. Then I lived in Los Angeles for 15 years. Then we came back to Michigan. My husband grew up in Michigan, which is why we're back here. And I have, we live here in the village of Oxford, and we have 3 kids.
All right. So what brought you to Oxford? I know you said your husband's originally from Metro Detroit area. So what was it about Oxford that drew you here?
Honestly, we didn't think we'd be in Oxford, but we we didn't really like the areas that we were originally looking at. And we also were looking from afar. We were looking from Los Angeles, so we really didn't know what we were doing at all. And we looked at a house in Lake Orion that we loved, that we didn't get, but that made us look more up here. And then we stumbled upon our current house. So I don't know. We weren't wanting to move to Oxford, but we're very happy we did.
It all worked out for you to do that. I just have to giggle because each week we meet with Lake Orion to try and just talk about what's going on. We have this partnership, this Stronger Together initiative that we've been working on over the last couple years. And so we meet weekly to talk about activities and trainings and networking and all of that kind of thing. And so last week, I believe that my counterpart in Lake Orion was trying to poach you to go work in Lake Orion, which he said was a joke, but I'm not sure about that. But I think that's pretty funny. I'm sure you know at this point, you've been in Oxford for how many years?
For almost 3 years.
Okay, so for almost 3 years, I'm sure you've heard about the rivalry between Oxford and Lake Orion. And I think there still is a lot of that between the two towns. But at least within the DDAs, we try and work together, and we do have a friendly competition scenario, but you're not going anywhere, right?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, so you landed in Oxford about 3 years ago. How did you hear about the DDA? What did you know about the DDA? Why did you apply for the job? How did you get yourself into this mess that you're in now?
I was going to say that I can't get out of, which is not true because you did give me an out.
That's true. I did. I offered you the opportunity to leave a couple weeks ago and you turned me down. So
I really honestly only didn't know what a DDA was. I followed the Facebook page, so I knew that we had been to Scarecrow Fest before. We did some of the events together as a family, but that's all I knew about the DDA.
Okay.
And so then I saw the job pop up on the internet, and I honestly wasn't even really looking at the job.
I feel like this is such a good story of how you landed here.
But I was like, you know what? All of those things, I have experience in all of those things. So I'm just going to apply and we'll just see what happens. And I remember I told my husband, I was like, I'm going to apply for this job and I don't know what's going to happen. And he was like, that's fine. And then
not thinking anything would happen.
Yes.
Yeah. And you were the top candidate. Lucky you. Yes. Well, welcome. I personally am very, very happy that you're with the DDA. So how has it been? You've been with the DDA for 4 months now. Mm-hmm. Is that right? No, 3. 3? A little over 3?
Yeah, I think almost over 3.
Okay.
A little bit over 3.
So how do you like it?
I love it, actually. I do. I was thinking about this on our way over here too. Is I dressed myself in a way today that I thought because we were going to do this podcast. I was like, I'm going to dress a certain way, and then we were digging umbrellas out of a shed for a good chunk of the morning.
Yeah.
But I love that about the job. I love
Yeah.
that there's always going to be. You don't just come in and think you're going to do one thing.
Yeah. That is the fun part about the job is you just never really know what is going to be brought to you today on each day. And we joke about it about, we'll come in and we'll have an agenda of things to do. And sometimes we knock them all out. Sometimes we don't touch any of them because we have visitors or other priority items that pop in. But yeah, we did. Best recommendation, keep a pair of shoes in your car and a change of clothes because not only do you have to pack for your kids now, you have to pack for yourself. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun having you. You've come in and you've jumped in feet first. You've done a phenomenal job. I am beyond impressed with everything that you've brought to the table, and I'm excited to see where we can go. So what has been your favorite thing you've done so far?
I think it's just getting to know the business owners because it's really nice to actually have conversations with them, learn their personalities, and they're all really cool.
Yeah.
And really fun to talk to, and also kind of get to know them outside of just their business.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of them. But just getting to know them a little more on a personal level is really nice.
Yeah, definitely. So we have a pretty packed year.
We do.
We do. We've been focusing a lot on the last couple months about our organization and creating some structure around what we do and how we do it. And so one of the cool things that we did this year that I don't know that we've done in the past is having a calendar of events for the full year and having a sign up for volunteers for each of those events. And then also partnering with different people to kind of take over events that maybe we have historically either run over a period of years or maybe we just kicked it off last year and now we're transitioning it out to other groups. So that's been really exciting to do. What are you most excited about for the rest of the year?
I'm really excited about summer because I feel like it just and I think especially we had an actual winter this year, and so I think people are itching to get out, and so I'm hoping that will reflect in downtown.
Mm-hmm.
We have the concerts in the park, which is going to be really fun. We have a great lineup of bands. Farmers market is coming up as well, and that is going to be we are going to be, every booth will be filled, so it's very exciting.
Very cool. And then also the ones that we're kind of transitioning over to other people, we have line dancing, we have cornhole. The car shows have always kind of been run mostly by Sick Pizza. So he'll continue to do that on Wednesdays. We're going to have Wind Down Wednesdays again. So we have a huge roster for the summer.
Summer's going to be busy.
And we have someone joining us, don't we, this summer?
We do.
I know.
We're so excited.
So excited.
We're getting an intern this summer. She's starting in just a few weeks.
Yep. So we'll have her on a future podcast. So what we're thinking, just for those out there, historically, maybe you might remember we were doing this once a week. I think we're going to kind of scale that back a little bit to every other week or twice a month, depending on how our schedule is looking. We're going to continue to have guests join us that are going to talk about different things that are happening within the community. We'll talk about things that are happening at the DDA. If you have any requests for people that you'd like to see or topics that you'd like to hear about, please put that in the comments. Or you can email Jess or myself with that information or those ideas. We also kicked something off last year about what is a great memory or a great experience that you've had in Oxford. And we'd love to hear your feedback on that as well. Something that's been really heartwarming or touching, an event that you've been at or a business that you've been in that was just over and beyond kind or thoughtful, or individuals that you've encountered within Oxford or the district that have just been really wonderful that you want to highlight. We are happy to hear about that and share that here on the podcast. We're happy to read those short stories and kind of information around great experiences that you've had and what makes Oxford unique. So drop that below, or also you can email Jess or I. We'll have our emails in the comments of this post. And another fun thing that we've been working on the last couple weeks is the Oakland County Main Street Award nomination process. And we just communicated last week to those that were nominated. It's a process where we as a Main Street community are able to acknowledge and recognize things that we've done within the district over the last year. We're looking at 2024 calendar year. Or businesses, individuals, groups of individuals that have partnered or individually really moved the needle on what a Main Street community is doing. And so this award ceremony happens in June, and we will get to hear about all of the different Main Street communities within Oakland County that have been doing wonderful things and have wonderful people. So it's a really wonderful time to celebrate together and take a moment and just really think about all the work that we're doing. As we joke around, we're in the shed looking for umbrellas. If you take a step back and think about, well, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
We're really trying to create a community space for people to gather, spend time together, patronize the businesses, buy some dinner, grab a drink, come together, play games in the square. We were putting the checkerboard together today, and so that's out there. Hopefully it doesn't blow away. But that's the kind of stuff that we do. And it's really, to your point, not knowing much about the DDA, the first thing people think of are events. And of course, those are huge. People recognize them. They remember them. They're fun. They're great activities. But there's so much more that we do that isn't just events. And we'll get into more of that as we continue our podcast. We do have some infrastructure projects that are happening. Do you want to talk about some of those? Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot here. The gazebo and the crosswalk project.
Yes, we have two big ones that are going to be happening. The gazebo is going to get a facelift, and it's mostly just the fencing around it. We've had an architect out to look at it. So we're going to be updating that soon and just get it looking a little nicer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also were out walking just a few weeks ago. We're putting in 2 new crosswalks, which we're so excited because there will be one kind of over where Funky Monkey is to cross over from parking lot to parking lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then one on the opposite end of Burdick,
Mm-hmm.
which is where Scott's Toys is,
Mm-hmm.
crossing over there.
Yeah.
And we're very excited to have those.
We are so excited because people are doing it.
Yeah, they do it anyway. And now it'll just be safer.
Yes. And in addition to that, there's going to be some work done. This is the fun stuff that not many people know about. And it's interesting. And, there's no fault there because even in the job that I was in before, I wasn't in the trenches when it came to this kind of stuff. So even for me, I'm learning so much about what we're doing. So we're updating the curbs. Some of the broken sidewalk pieces will be repaired to make it more walkable for pedestrians. And then also the stamped concrete along the curb is going to be replaced as well to make it look a little bit prettier than it currently does. So it's all going to look really, really nice. I think that's going to be kicking off here in the next couple weeks to move forward with the bidding process and getting contractors and whatnot all organized for that. So I'm just trying to think, what else do we have going on? Am I forgetting anything? We have our infrastructure projects. We have our events.
The trolley.
Oh, yes. Let's not forget that.
The trolley's out and about every weekend now. Fridays from 4 to 9, and then Saturdays from 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Every weekend. Yep. And then also on May 18th coming up, we have the White House District is going to do a little vendor market, but at the same time, Lake Orion is having their flower fair, so the trolley will be running that day as well.
Yes. And all of this information is on our Facebook page. We have events for all of these activities. We have the trolley schedule. We have the trolley tracker. We also have this on our website. We have the spots for pickups in both Lake Orion and Oxford. We have a QR code for the trolley tracker. We have the schedule. I think that's everything. Oh, and we got really cool new promo for the trolley. So that was really fun.
We have stickers and we have little cards that have the tracker on the back.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So we're just trying to get more information out there. We've heard that some people didn't know we had a trolley. Some people didn't know that it was free to ride the trolley. So these little cards and stickers can be found in participating businesses downtown or at the DDA office, the village offices. And also Lake Orion has those stickers and cards as well.
You were going to say something.
I was. That's okay. I'm a moment in time. So we have infrastructure events. Oh, business trainings. That's what we were talking about. So another interesting thing that we're doing, kind of a little switch then from the past, is our partnership with Lake Orion historically has been focused primarily around events. So we've focused very heavily on having events every month, partnering every month, every other month, partnering with Lake Orion to have these Stronger Together events. And so in 2025, we've made the decision together to maybe take a step back from some of those events and really look at what is impacting our business more from an event standpoint, and then also filling in those gaps with training and development opportunities for the business owners. So we've hosted a digital marketing training already this year. We have a virtual visual merchandising session planned. We have an AI and how your business is affected by AI, or how you can better run your business with AI planned. And then we're talking about a couple other topics that we don't really have dates for just yet, but and also looking at networking opportunities for the two communities to come together and just get to know each other. As you mentioned, getting to know each other outside of the business can be really beneficial in sharing, commiserating, all of the things. So we're hoping to do something like that this year as well.
Yeah.
And then once we get through summer, we're into our busy fall time. Do you want to talk about a couple of those events?
Sure. So we'll have October 5th, we have the Scarecrow Fest will be back. We'll have trick-or-treating. We'll have the chili cook-off, all the things that you know and love about Scarecrow Fest. And then one of my favorites is Witches Night. And that is October 25th.
Okay.
So you'll be out, all the witches will be out downtown. And then after that, we have, I think we're into Christmas.
Yeah.
So we'll have the soup and sweet stroll, Polar Express, to round out the end of the year.
Yeah. And we have a couple business focused activities. We have our downtown day in late September, and then we have Small Business Saturday in November. But more of that will be shared as we get closer. And then whatever businesses, we have a wonderful group of business owners that meet regularly to talk about ideas to have events or activities within the downtown on weekends that we as a DDA don't have activities organized by us. And so we have, there's been many things. So we've had a Galentine's, they've coordinated all of that. We just recently had an Easter egg hunt that they coordinated. There's a Mother's Day event that's coming up that they're coordinating. And I know that there's going to be more. Oh, we forgot about the pub crawl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we have a pub crawl also in June, late June. But these business owners, again, they get together, and you know, that is something really kind of unique and special, I think, to Oxford. And they're doing a great job. So I'm sure there'll be more. All of these are posted on our Facebook page, and we have them in our events list, and we help to promote those events. And any business within our district is welcome to participate in these events. So it's just a matter of reaching out to that group and making sure that you express your interest so that they know and they can get you the information on what they're thinking about, and you can share your ideas. You can go to meetings and help share and plan and that kind of thing. I feel like there was one other thing that I was thinking of. We have the pub crawl coming up, and we're partnering with the All-American Summer pub crawl in late June. So that's an Oxford, Orion event, and that's planned by someone outside of our DDAs, a gentleman named Brian Burney, who has done this this is his 10th summer doing this. So he recruited us last summer to participate in the pub crawl, which we did. And this year we're going to do the pub crawl and the restaurant week, I believe, at the end of June. So that's kind of in conjunction with the Lake Orion fireworks and all of the activities that go along with that leading up to the fireworks in July. So we have a really busy year. As we're talking about this, I'm getting a little overloaded here. But the beautiful thing is that we have a lot of people willing and able to help us make this successful and have a lot of different activities for people to choose from. If you're a family and you don't want to be at a pub crawl, then you have concerts and Scarecrow Fest and the market and all of these other things to do that are very family friendly. And then we have adult only activities like the pub crawls and Witches Night. Although Witches Night, you could probably bring.
Yeah, you can bring a little.
You can bring a little one, witch in training.
Yeah.
Just be warned, things get a little crazy after it's dark, but proceed at your own risk. But yeah, we have a lot of fun, exciting stuff coming up. Anything else you want to share, Jess? We're kind of wrapping up here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No? Okay. Well, are you going to come back to work now that we've downloaded all of this? Oh, one other thing we might want to mention, office hours.
Oh, yes. So if you want to pop in and say hi on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 11, we have just open office hours. So you can come in and say hi.
Yep.
Chat about anything you want to chat about.
Yep. 10 to 12, I think. I think you're
12?
selling yourself short. Yeah, so we're welcome. We will not turn anyone away, but we are trying to get people to come visit us during specific hours, just because we were joking about this before we came online here that, again, back to the agenda of having a list of things to do, and then people pop in, and it's wonderful to visit with people and hear about how things are going. But we do have to get some things done eventually. And so we would love it if you could come when we're expecting you, or make an appointment, or reach out and just let us know that you wanted to come visit at a specific time. And if, we'll do our best to make that work and accommodate. But things are ramping up here as the weather is getting nicer. We're pulling out umbrellas and we're making sure that they're working. Making sure we have enough furniture and things are ready to go for once all of our activities kick off. So when is our first concert, Jess?
June 19th.
And who is playing?
Cosmic Groove is going to kick off.
Excellent.
Concerts in the park.
Awesome. And again, we have a list of all of our concerts on our website, the dates, the bands. More information will be coming out soon with that. And Market kicks off
July 10th.
Okay, perfect. And that'll be in Washington Square.
Yep, every Thursday from 4 to 7.
Very good. So thank you for listening. We'll be back in a couple weeks. We're rebranding, so we'll have more information at our next podcast about all of that. So enjoy the beautiful weather.
Yes.